Hey Scott, what's up?
How you doing?
Welcome to Sub 3.
Excited to be here. I feel like this is like taxi cab confessions right now.
Yeah, that's what I'll call it.
Are you the next Rich Froning? You took second place to him by 1 second in a couple workouts, and you're basically in a category all by yourself.
Back. What'd you say you think you can clean and jerk right now, Scott?
Oh man, come on. You gonna do that to me right now?
I'm gonna do that to you right now.
315.
Compared to your best?
370.
You made it.
I made it. I found you. Look at this sweatshirt.
Dude, I was so sweaty on the airplane.
It was terrible.
I got
turn on the little vent thing.
What's that?
Turn on the little vent.
Oh, that's like breathing everyone's farts.
I just know that. I knew
Get
that.
that?
What did you say? Get that over there? What'd you say?
I believe it was Brooke Wells followed me.
Wow. She's a twin, isn't she? Yes.
Spence is single. I mean, Brooke Wells. You want to go on a date with Spencer Panchik? He's available.
You keep on asking me questions about my testosterone because coming down from that's kind of incredible, and you're doing that just with age, not because you're coming off of testosterone, because you're getting old.
Right.
You're
Yeah,
like,
I said I think the hardest part about getting older as a CrossFit athlete is, you've hit points in your career where you've hit, heavy lifts or great runs or whatever it might be, and unless you're continuing to do things that support those things, they don't stay there forever.
Hank, 4.2 rating. What's Tom, Dick, and Hank? It sounds like a male strip club.
we should go there. They got good food.
They got great wings, right?
Yeah. How'd you end up with a Malibu?
Thank you.
Malibu's most wanted, man.
That's how you chose the car?
Yeah, sitting in some traffic looking for my chapstick. There's a Ford Maverick.
I feel like you're singing the lyrics to his song. I don't know it. Is that
Have you ever seen Malibu's most wanted?
No.
What?
What's the absolute worst that you'll consider eating when you're in a position where everything's closed and you have a 15-minute drive and you haven't eaten yet?
I mean, I'll eat. I'm
You're not
I'll
picky?
eat anything.
I'll eat anything. However, I did turn down a Popeyes in the airport to wait for you because I thought that maybe you would sway me to make a better decision.
Probably what we're gonna end up getting.
On the way to the game, Stefan and I stopped at a Popeyes and got some chicken sandwiches. They were good.
Popeye's chicken is the shit.
The thrill is gone of trying to go in and snatch 315. Right?
Maybe 315. That's still doable.
You think you can snatch 315?
Oh, 315 snatch. Sorry, that's a clean and jerk.
It's been hard to, over the last couple of years, to slowly back off all the volume.
How much volume do you do now?
Like today I trained for probably like an hour and a half.
Is that way less than normal?
Yeah.
Or is that normal for now?
That's pretty normal for right now.
It's what you're forcing to be normal?
I'm trying really, really hard to make that the normal. Leading up to the games for the Masters, I did a little bit more than that. But
Which was more like what, 2.5?
2 sessions that were like an hour and a half probably. Usually, something in the morning, and then again some things a little bit less in the evening with lots of warming up.
Snatch. No.
Because that's your best, 310.
Yeah. 275 is that number that I'm gonna hold on to that as long as I can.
How long do you think you can hold on to that for?
I don't know. I feel like that's a number that I could keep. Like 275 snatch, 315 clean. It's kind of like not a lot of people can do it.
What's so hard about doing less? You would figure it would be easier.
Right?
You would figure.
Yeah, I think it's just like you set these numbers, like at least for me, I set these numbers and these like expectations of like things that I want to accomplish on the week. And when I don't accomplish them, then I feel like, okay, hold on, which way? Use the second.
Straight on 75. Yeah, we're good. Set these numbers.
Yeah, I set these kind of like numbers, and they've just continued to evolve over the years, where you want to be able to snatch this, clean and jerk that. You want to be able to, get 15 rope climbs, then it was 20, then it was 30 in a week, and you're just kind of like trying to check these boxes. And for me, it got to a point where it was getting really difficult to do that and still feel good after I hurt my knees.
They used to put those charts out.
They used to put those charts out where it was like the avatar of a games athlete.
I had those sitting in my bathroom at the affiliate. They were cool.
I remember, I feel like it was like a 343 clean and jerk, and I want to say it was like a 285 snatch.
What year?
Oh, that was back
like 14? 15? Earlier?
16 maybe? I always go by where the snatch ladder went up to. So 2012 it went up to 275, I think.
I bet if you Google it, it'll pop up. That's where I used to find it.
What would you put? My phone's
CrossFit
my
Games.
phone's dead.
Yeah, I'll Google it. Look at my bed.
CrossFit Games.
Yep, I like this. What part didn't feel good?
So like physically, I guess I don't want to say physically. Mentally, I would have liked to have continued doing the things.
Physically, I didn't want to anymore.
Physically, though, it just didn't. My body didn't want to agree. So, I would say since 2021, it's just been a slow kind of decrease in volume across the board, and
Body feels better, head feels worse.
in some ways, yeah.
It's
It's hard because you go from being in 2021, I was the fittest I'd ever been in my life before I hurt my knee.
You want to just tell me what you told me again on the camera? What happened in 2021?
I burn it down.
you had some intentions in that year.
Yeah, I wanted to win the games, and I created a documentary, and it didn't happen.
Oh, that's it.
Here,
I remember seeing the poster of it. All right, so look at that. I'm pretty darn close.
What is it?
276 snatch.
What year is it? Oh, that
Top
one.
10 male and female finishers in the 2014 Open. So 2014. So 276 snatch, 333 clean and jerk, 530 deadlift. Jeez, I barely squeaked that one out. It's just my best.
At your best.
At my best. 445 squat.
2022 was taken from you because of your knee. The ropes. I made that video. I like that video.
That was a good video. That's when that is honestly when I became a fan.
All right.
Of you.
With a pair of scissors, I have done the unthinkable. I saved Scott Panchik's knee.
Right, when I showed it could be done.
I was like, this guy speaks truth. I like him.
Hey, sweet.
Those were probably my numbers this year going into the games.
Well, that's cool. This is something I wish that they had done every year.
So the back squat would have been good. I don't think I could have pulled 530 though this year. I probably could have pulled
This year?
at the games, yeah.
500?
500 I think I was good for. 335 clean and jerk. And I think I could have hit a 280 snatch if I would have.
What are the other numbers they have on there? Is it just lifting?
In 2014, that was the only thing that was important.
Right. And then this year you finished 4th in the Masters. And to be honest, I'm really disappointed in you.
That was not a good. Yeah, it was not good. It's not how I saw that playing out either.
How come? I mean, obviously you thought you were going to win. I thought you were going to win. What happened?
Yeah, I got real. Actually, the week leading up to it, I got a stomach virus that was pretty nasty, and
Vomiting?
yeah,
Pooping?
No, mostly just throwing up, and I couldn't eat anything. So the week leading up, I literally ate next to nothing. Got there and I just didn't have any energy. The week that you're supposed to be deloading and eating and fueling and doing all the things that you need to, I'm sitting there laying in bed, yakking my brains out. But it is what it is.
What is your 2K ski erg time? Oh, it's not on there.
Oh.
50 cal echo bike?
Not on there.
Not on there.
How about your assault runner 800?
800 meter sprint on the assault runner? I'm not seeing it.
It's not on there. How do you feel about Rich not competing in Masters? Are you lit down? Do you care? Do you have any interest or investment in that?
I give him a lot of credit for being able to not just walk away and not do it. That's a hard thing to do.
Considering what you just told me about volume,
Yeah.
and how you don't want to let off.
Yeah, I mean, you get, like I said, you get so used to training and living a certain way, I guess, in the gym, that whenever things.
The women, are they on there? They are,
Women's
right?
are on there, yeah.
What are the best? Average.
162 snatch.
Shut up.
205 clean and jerk.
No. Come on.
Deadlift 340. Back squat 277.
Dude, there's chicks
I feel like
cleaning.
That's not right.
That can't be right. Laura Horvath can clean and jerk that weight. The back squat weight. Spiegel at Snatch is 60 pounds more than that.
Have the female athletes evolved that much more than the men?
Which is why they got the 315-205 bar. It should be 315-225.
It's always been 68%, I think.
It depends.
It depends on
as low as 66.
Well, it's like open semifinals or quarterfinals, and then and then games. I always felt like the percentage was like 66 in the open, 67, 68 and above for the games.
The female weights have increased quite a bit, though.
Yeah.
Seeing the athletes that come into the sport and then, like Rich, that have, dominated as an individual and team and then, is able to step away and, live his life and go out and do some other things. Like, I admire that.
Did you talk to him all about it?
I did. I tried to convince him to do it.
So did I. I always throw out all this mud in the internet trying to say he was a giant baby, and
well, it's funny. I said to him at one point, and I don't know if it was just manifested in my head, but and then I watched your video, and you had it in your video. It's like, you got to give the people what they want.
You got to give the people what they want.
yeah, come on.
And I said it to him, and then I saw the video, and I was like, or I watched it again, or I don't know what happened, but then I was like, oh, that's where that came from. Like,
you know that movie? You know that scene?
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You kind of look like that guy.
I know. That's
what's his name? It's like Trevor, Travis, something like that.
I don't remember.
Sam Gidget is his name in real life. He was also in Twilight. He was a vampire, the bad one in the first book movie.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. You know that, or are you just agreeing with me?
No, I like.
I
vaguely remember that. I think that was the only one I ever saw any of.
Hey, if you were gonna create a Rice Krispie company, how much sawdust do you think you could put in the Rice Krispies until people figured out you were doing it? Like a little bit, like 10% sawdust, and
is
then
it just a regular? Like, can I put icing on the Rice Krispies too?
No, just a Rice Krispie. So, like, if you went 5% sawdust, you think people would know?
Yeah.
Entire another Twilight book.
How many Twilights are there?
There's 3 books, and then they made a 4th book, which is the first book, but from the perspective of Edward.
It's like the Bible.
They have the Bible from the perspective of other people.
Huh?
Or is that just the different books within the Bible already, and I don't know?
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, I believe, are
perspectives.
Different perspectives of.
Yeah, they could redo everything
Jesus
like that.
Yeah, I guess.
That's genius.
I mean, that might be better than making a sequel to movies.
Damn right it would be.
Some sequels are pretty bad.
Did you see Blue Beetle?
No, what's Blue Beetle?
Exactly. It's like the 4,000th superhero movie.
Interesting how the sport's evolved.
Mm-hmm.
I think about that all the time. I'm like, oh man, it'd be so cool to just like take back.
Well,
not necessarily like who I am now, but I just love to like know what I know and go back.
What would you change?
I would change just my whole training approach. Like, you can do so much more than you think you can do.
Do you win the games if you have your brain in young Scott body?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
So you just take this brain of yours and throw it into that body.
Yeah, because there wasn't
win the games.
There's no one thinking about that. I think there were many people doing multiple workouts in 2012.
There were not?
I don't think so. Maybe a few guys, like the top guys.
That's the biggest thing you were missing in 2012?
Yeah, I was only training like once a day.
Interesting.
It was the fittest I'd ever been that year, and the best my training had been, and the most volume I'd ever done, thanks to Rich.
Why is that? Oh, you're right.
Oh.
I wonder if we had to use the drive-thru.
Maybe.
We totally got to use the drive-thru. Sweet and spicy wings. When was the last time you went to Popeyes?
College? College, probably.
That's what people say about Taco Bell. Popeyes is like fine dining compared to Taco Bell.
We had a walk-up window in college at a Taco Bell. So till 2 a.m. you could get delicious cheesy gordita crunches.
Oh, dude, those things are gnarly. What do I give you at Taco Bell? College.
Mountain Dew, Baja Blast, cheesy
Blast is
gordita
good.
crunch.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling they'd shuttle us through the drive-thru.
Did she point us to the drive-thru?
No. Did you see her looking at us?
I think she looked at us and said, "There's no way you're getting chicken tonight."
Yeah, you got to think that. I think everyone would say that. Like that has been to the games. They're like, if I could take my mind.
Hey, no. I do
think?
not think that
Well,
of the people
I guess
in
it
your
needs to-
position.
Yeah, I guess it needs to be somebody that's been doing it for that long and still around.
Who do we have in mind that is like
I feel like
that?
someone was just talking about this too. Was it Pat talking about it on Friendlies?
That's a good example.
I think he was talking about. I feel like I was just listening to this in the airport on like Instagram. He was talking about it.
Did he say something similar? Like he takes his brain and throws it into the 2016 Vellner's head?
He wasn't talking about like going back and winning, but he was just talking about how much better it would be to like know all these things and to like go back and be able to like
Which things?
just training philosophies and the just knowing that your body can handle that kind of volume and intensity.
So it just seems like you're talking about volume. It just seems like you got to do more.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
What do you usually get?
Two chicken sandwiches.
You get anything on it?
One spicy.
I don't know if
one
we're gonna get
regular.
anything. They're not even talking to us. Hello.
Hey, click the make it a combo button. You gotta reach and press it. Don't touch that.
Hello. Anybody in there? Is the drive-thru closed? You guys all done? Oh, okay. What time do you close? I got 10:56.
You don't close for 4 minutes.
My dad actually is the
Owner of Popeyes.
I'm actually
My dad built this Popeyes with his bare hands.
dang,
What?
I'm really disappointed.
All right, looks like we're going to Waffle House.
Oh man. No, you made me nervous about Waffle House.
You know Street Horner, yeah?
Yeah.
Shredded Street Horner.
yeah.
He was kind of the person who I saw become some freako games athlete.
Yeah.
And I remember I was watching him talking a video early on. And
What
he's
did
like,
he
I'm
say?
bad at rope climbs. So I just did a lot of rope climbs. You said the same thing in the car.
Yeah.
About I was bad at box jumps. So my knees paid the price and I got really good at box jumps by doing a lot of
I
box
ruptured
jumps.
my plantar fascia doing too many box jumps
Right.
and trying to get better at running.
So
Well, everyone looks at people at the games and they're like, how are they like still showing up and not getting better at something? I'm like, well, a couple things. One, everyone is at the games is getting better at all the things too.
So it looks like they're stagnant, but they're all improved.
Yeah, so like if you look at like, let's just pick, you said rope climbs. Everybody's rope climbing ability has gotten better
Right.
from 1 year into the next. And like, then it's, you have to, if you want to be better than everybody else that's improved, then you got to do a little bit more. And you can pick through different exercises, but I don't think it's that people aren't putting focus into those specific things. I think that, for some things it just takes a lot of time, and for others it's like genetics. Like there are some people that are just naturally great at sprinting and some people that are just naturally great at running long, just based off of like what they've done for decades of sports growing up.
When's the last time you went to Waffle House? Never?
I can't tell you last time, but I don't know if I've ever been to a Waffle House. Are you getting chicken and waffles?
I don't know. This is in my opinion the Taco Bell of breakfast places. It's quick.
I feel like my butt's sliding off the ground. Like I feel so low.
Well, you're the one who chose the Malibu.
I know.
This is a good site.
What's that?
10 times CrossFit Games, 9 times, 8 times, how many times? 10.
11.
Going to Waffle House. We were walking into Waffle House earlier, and I go, you look like someone who can squat. And you've got a 500-pound plus squat.
Yeah.
Strong legs. You're built to squat.
I was
Some
built to
people
squat.
are not. You're talking about genetics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But like my mile time probably doesn't match, or my 5K time doesn't match what I'd like it to. Like I'd give up 20 pounds on my back squat to take
Is that something that you could volume your
20
way
seconds.
into improving?
I've tried.
And it didn't work?
Well, I don't know if it was a combo of the box jumps and the amount of running volume that I was trying to do that ended up rupturing my plantar fascia. I think it was like 2015 or 16.
Is that around the time where you figured out how beneficial volume was? 2015, 16?
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody was just... Every year since 2012, I've done more up until the last 2 years. Like, since I was like, I'm done.
Yeah. Perfect.
Do you know what you're getting?
You actually have been here. How about this year where you see people like Mederios just completely taking time off?
I think...
Have you paid any attention to that?
No. He just hasn't been training or what?
I think, from what I recall, he put out a video after the game saying he got in shape a little bit too late leading into the game season. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of this game season, he said he was taking some time off to kind of go, relax.
Yeah.
I think do some tripping, some vlogging.
Yeah, I think what's really difficult for a lot of the younger athletes that are in the sport that are coming in is just they're coming in with massive amounts of volume. Like, we've worked our way into
that's interesting.
You know what I mean? So I think physically, like, maybe they have, but like the mental toll that I think it takes on you and having to do it, like, I only, the volume that these guys are doing regularly, I did for a couple of years, like, and they have to continue doing that, or maybe even more. I don't know what the body's capable of.
Well, you had mentioned weekly you had this benchmark of reps you had to hit on, like a rope climb or GHD sit-ups. And you're saying that they did that younger for longer.
Yeah.
And they need the time off.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah, well, I think it's more so just like the mental burnout. And I think one of the things that's changed in the sport more than anything is the focus that these guys have on their training and it being like everything to them.
You see that in your brothers?
Yeah, in some ways, yeah.
Yeah.
I see it in all.
They're not necessarily young anymore, though.
Yeah, I think it's hard because it's like I'm just I'm 35 now.
Yeah.
And they're 9 years younger than me. So what is that?
26.
26. Yeah, I think they just
young.
They turned 27.
Right. For some reason, I thought they were 28, 29 at the moment.
Yeah, so they're still pretty young.
When did you get your first camera?
My first?
Yeah, like
when I was like
when
10.
did you first decide you were gonna like?
When I was 10, I think I got my first camera.
Okay. And like did something?
I brought it on field trips and stuff and shot pictures of dinosaurs and
we're into like taking content then? Like that's when you feel like you...
I don't know about that because I was kind of probably too shy to point it at anybody.
You're a shy kid?
Yeah, I was shy. What do you think about Justin this year not performing as well on top of everything we just talked about? You think it's just because it caught up to him doing all that much for all that long and maybe there was just time for a break and next year he'll come back and wipe the floor again?
I think the field is just really strong. To be honest, I think that the guys that are there, the room for error is just so minimal now. I felt
so
like
the room for error would kick you down the leaderboard 11 spots potentially, just because
maybe
it's
not
so
11,
dense?
maybe not 11 spots, but I think that he's at an interesting point in his career where like sometimes you do need to make some changes to continue to develop. And that was a conversation I even had with my brothers at one point, when they were coming up. I said, you guys need individual programs and you need to find something that is going to help you continue to grow in the sport. And
is that recent?
No, that was, a while back, but like while we were all still training.
They're still with you?
Yeah, they were still with me and they were looking to start their own gym and do some things like that.
Hey.
You might be asking what you're reporting for?
Yeah, I'm making a documentary on this guy. He's a 9-time CrossFit Games competitor.
Oh, nice. Hey, Josh.
Nice to meet you.
Well, I just wanted to let y'all know if y'all need anything audio related. I'm an audio engineer, so anything, cleaning up audio, if y'all certain scenes where, you sound louder, like that audio, I can clean that up for you.
Awesome.
So,
very cool.
Like that?
Dude, I love your hustle, man.
Yeah, man.
Heck yeah.
What's your name?
Josh.
Are you from
Nice to meet you, Josh.
Yeah, I'm from
And I just told them, as you continue to progress, and it's always been about teaching them more about the sport, and is what I've figured out along the way, so that they aren't making the same mistakes as me in certain areas.
You're putting that old man brain ears into their young man bodies.
Trying to help them, like, you know, see things a little differently and think big picture, think about what they're going to do when they're all done. And, you know, as you're coming into the sport, you know, one of the things that, if I could share with any of the younger athletes, it's like, you need to be thinking about what you want to do when you're done with the sport at some point. I think the sport.
What do you mean by that? Start a YouTube channel?
It could be a YouTube
Start a supplement company?
Yeah, it could be a supplement company. It could be a YouTube channel.
Training program?
I think it's just like finding something to do alongside of what you're doing that you're passionate about. And CrossFit can be, you know, the fun thing that you continue to do and get to do. But at some point, there's going to be a time where every one of these athletes is going to have to step away and do something else. Right, and it's gonna.
Well, you got the affiliate,
right?
Is that something?
Well, that's like I don't see that as much anymore. There's not like
people don't do that.
It doesn't seem like many people are running gyms alongside being an athlete anymore.
I'm currently putting an entire video together on this topic.
Are you?
Well, this one that we're talking about in this exact moment.
Yeah.
How games athletes don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
They're kind of disconnected from the community.
Yeah, I think it's something they feel like they have to do.
Who's they?
Games athletes.
I don't think that they even feel like that.
You think? What do you think?
I think that they pull from the community. Not all of them.
Pull, like, what do you mean? In what way?
Fraser was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I don't expect for you to give me too much on this one because it's kind of aggressive.
I know what he's. I mean, I know.
He legitimately entered the sport to make money.
Yeah.
He made money. He had an opportunity to be on the biggest platform, podcast-wise, in the world.
Yeah.
And then he didn't do anything to help the community. And actually, he did the opposite.
Yeah.
He said, none of those people know how to coach a clean and jerk or a snatch. And I don't know why. And no, I will never open an affiliate. And he said stuff along those lines.
What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is KillerFit 2.0.
2.0, 3.0.
Yeah. I got my first one taken down because I'm controversial, but what's the name of your Instagram?
Milkman Hits.
Okay.
So I'm also an artist. I make music as well, but hip hop. So like underground hip hop. So I've done like performances in Atlanta.
Where can we find them? Spotify, SoundCloud?
Yeah, all platforms, Milkman Hits. Go check me out. No spaces. If you look it up on Instagram, Milkman Hits. If you need something to like bring your intensity up, check that joint out. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I see more of that in the space. Yeah. Not quite as out there as he was on Rogan's podcast, but the athletes are doing their thing. They go work out, and then they go home and sleep. Because they kind of have to.
Right.
But also during your era, you guys were in the affiliates, owning affiliates, red shirts, at events, out in the crowd.
Right.
And now Noah Olson's out, so who's going to be hanging out in the crowd these days?
Yeah. I guess what I mean by it is I think some of the athletes do feel like if they are to do anything outside of like their training, it's distracting them from winning the games.
Correct.
And maybe that's a product of like, you know, Matt has won 5 times, and if that's the message he's sharing, like I've lived in my, you know, parents' basement, and you know, 100% of my time was dedicated to winning the CrossFit Games. So like every one of these guys and girls want to win the CrossFit Games. So like, are they thinking in the same way? I don't know.
Ariel Lowen walks around and chats everybody up.
Yeah.
She's finished 3rd, so it's not.
I don't think it's. I definitely don't think it's everyone, but I think there's definitely been a shift in the number of athletes that are doing things kind of alongside being an athlete. And
you just said that you recommend it.
I think you need to find something that you're passionate about to do alongside of it, or be thinking about what it is that you want to do someday. And maybe, or how CrossFit could propel you into whatever it is next, because, you know, these guys all have platforms and their ability to, I guess what I mean by it is they have opportunities to step into situations or roles or open doors that you don't have if you know, I'd still be a school teacher at this point. CrossFit has led me to have a affiliate and to wake up and get to, you know, work with people and do something that I love to do every day.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. So
I'm not saying you're without CrossFit. I'm not talking to you without CrossFit.
Right,
We're not talking about CrossFit without CrossFit.
Yeah, like if I don't sign up for the CrossFit Open in 2012, I'm in football season right now.
As a 35-year-old school teacher.
Yeah.
Thank you. What was your name, Milkman?
Josh.
Josh Milkman Hits.
Yes.
I remember Milkman Hits. How'd you come up with that?
I have multiple stories, but one of my origin stories is actually I've been with a cougar that was older than me, and she was recently divorced. And I got to saying like
divorce in quotes.
because she told me she was. She told me she was, and she was the one with the nice penthouse. So I was like, I remember going there, and I was like, wow, I really made it. And that's the benefits of working at Lifetime Fitness, where you get to see a bunch of fucking old women that got a lot of money. So I used to work there, but I was like I worked in the cafe. So I remember like this lady came to me super distressed. She's like, oh, I was like, oh, I'm sorry about your husband or ex-husband. And I was like, oh, I can get your number. So I just slid through that way. But if you're watching this, Jennifer, I'm sorry I had to put you out there like that.
But tell me, what does that do with the name Milkman?
Because she had kids older than me.
Milkman? So you were the milkman when you came over?
Yeah, no, because she had the milkers. She had the milkers.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of the name. Right? Hey kids, the milkman's here again.
Yeah, so that's probably what he told her husband.
Thank you.
All right, well, y'all enjoy your waffles.
Yeah.
Y'all have a blessed one. Me too.
Watching film right now.
How
Breaking
are
down.
your knees then? Are they worse or are they better?
I definitely wasn't squatting 500. I can tell you that.
Yeah. You wouldn't have clean and jerk 370.
Yeah, I think that regression would have been way worse.
Probably would have happened earlier.
Well, it's kind of it's if you think about it, it's what we tell people like in the affiliate. It's like you want to get as fit as you possibly can because like at some point, yeah, life is gonna get harder. You're gonna get older, and like the fitter and healthier you are, the less you are, or the slower that regression happens.
What do you think you look like when you're 60? How much do you think you could snatch?
I'd probably be a dumbbell snatch at that point.
You don't think you're gonna snatch a barbell at that age?
No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe buck 85.
Yeah, I think it'll just depend on what it is that I want to.
Yeah, I want
to
an answer. I want to know how much you can
60.
snatch.
Let's
60.
All right, so let's break it down.
Please.
If I snatched 300 3 years ago.
Okay, and you went down 25 pounds in 3 years?
Yeah.
What do you think you could do?
Let's just say it went down 10 pounds a year.
When did you fall asleep?
2 o'clock?
That's not typical?
No. 10:30.
When's the last time you were up?
11. I can't tell you the last time I was up till 2.
When's the last time you pulled an all-nighter?
High school?
So
Middle school,
in college,
actually?
you were never up till 2?
That's not an all-nighter. All-nighter is like all the way through the night. Words matter, bro.
You never had 2015 season.
The 20.
I couldn't fall asleep before the swim.
That's probably it. Yeah. Or the 2012 after party.
Yeah. Those things got wild, right?
Back in the day, yeah.
A whole bunch of
I don't know what they're like
around that don't drink.
I don't know what it's like anymore. Oh, I drank in 2012.
When did you hit the 310?
2016.
Okay, so that was 8 years ago. So you lose about 30 pounds every 8 years.
Okay, that's probably more realistic.
So in 8 more years from now, you lose 30 pounds, you're at 250. So call it 43,
Okay.
250.
51.
And at 51, it's 220.
51. If I could hit 220 or 2 blue plates, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty good.
They were fun. It was like so in 2012 I was just like right out of college, so it's like they had a dance floor. I remember getting out on the dance floor and like there were a ton of people out there. It was like a lot of the athletes were young.
Yeah.
You know, most of them
they
were
are
not.
now too. Just year old.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. People are probably still going. I'm just not there anymore.
No,
Did you go to the after party this year?
That's not my thing, dude.
Me either anymore.
What? But it was for you.
2012.
I
think what I would like to know, this would be really cool, and I feel like somebody should do it, and someone probably already has. But I would love to know the stats of like the avatar as
you age. You know, like what is the average snatch of
in CrossFit?
30, 35,
in
35,
games?
40.
It have to be in the
40.
games, right?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be
We
kind of
could
cool?
do that. We could totally do that, but I think they also need to have the events to line up. But they did have weightlifting this year. It's just that there's no one doing that over at CrossFit anymore. No one's making those cool charts anymore.
I know, it's such a cool idea. Why did people stop doing that?
Yeah, 2012, it was fun. I remember Garret Fischer being there. He was,
What happened to that guy?
I don't know. I feel like when he went,
His name is legitimately removed from the leaderboard, and it says anonymous.
does it?
Yeah.
Nah.
I swear to God.
Are you
Go
serious?
look him up. It says anonymous. Do it. Yeah, it's gone. I made an entire like little Instagram thing out of it. You know, who's that Pokemon?
So one of the things in Relentless Method that I was telling you about is they're creating an avatar in there of games athletes.
James Cameron Avatar? Like Way of Water?
What is it?
It's a movie that just came out. Like Avatar is
I haven't
the
seen it. Okay, got it.
I know what you mean though.
But yeah, they're creating that to give people an idea of like where their focus needs to be. Because I don't think a lot of people do know. I think you have a general idea on certain things like probably snatch and clean and jerk. And some of the other lifts are probably a little more measurable. But like when it comes to like 30 muscle ups for time, or I'd be interested.
You ever do 30 unbroken?
No.
How close?
Cool. I think 21 was the best I could
Shut
do, to
up.
be honest.
That's terrible.
I know. I know.
You finished 4th at the games?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't do more than 21 unbroken ring muscle ups?
I'm not a specialist.
Goddamn, dude. So I'm standing here and I'm like, yeah, this guy can't even deadlift 530. I've done 615. And I'm also like, I've done 35 ring muscle ups. And you're like, yeah, well, I finished 4th at the games, idiot.
Really filled it. I'm sorry. It's like
Why?
spilling.
That's okay. She gave me more.
She did.
And she gave him more. I can eat that. That's nice. Yeah.
That's a perfect example of why I'm the good. I'm good. I'm not the greatest at ring muscle ups or
But you're the goodest at everything.
I'm the goodest, the greatest at the goodest.
And potentially, maybe you're just a little bit too strong.
Yeah. I always struggle with my kip.
On the muscle up?
Or not my kip, like my backswing and just like my timing coming through. I always like have to like pause at the top. Which like
they call that establishing the top of the dip. They don't do that anymore. They just drive away from the top.
Maybe that's why I'm only getting 21.
Mm-hmm. If you really drive away, like Fraser style, he started it. I think that he started it in 2019 during...
The 30 muscle ups?
What year was it that Noah almost won? I think it may have been 19.
19, yeah.
Yeah. There was the 30-30-30.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching him do that. I'm like, God, that looks easy. Easier.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, he's just also not really all the way at the top. And that slowly got worse to the point where they weren't even close.
Yeah, that's what's tough is at times I feel like people are like, I think it's good.
So you did all the work, but you're just in the wrong spot.
It's not bad, but it's not good.
Yep. It's like doing a back squat. 500 pounds coming on up, you're standing there, but you throw it off your back right away, and it's like, technically that didn't count, but you did all the work. A nice squat.
I'll never forget, I was judging Rory at an open announcement.
McKernan.
Yeah.
All right.
At an open announcement. And
would this happen to be 16.4?
Was it a snatch?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm autistic, dude. Come on.
How do you remember that? Why do you say that?
Because I am.
No. But like, why do you remember that one specifically?
Because I know that you did that open announcement.
Oh, okay.
And it was a snatch. Yeah. It could have been. How many open announcements have you done?
Every year that I competed as an individual, except for one.
Every year you did an open announcement?
Except for 2000. Well, they didn't do them in 2012, and then there was one other year I didn't.
I should have just told you I could read minds. That would have been better.
I know everything. I have laid eggs inside of your brain. Get them out of my head.
Anyway, what about Rory?
He was snatching, and like, I hate judging people. I don't like judging people at all, and
that's why you say you stay off the internet.
Yeah,
you can't help yourself but judge.
Right, you're probably right there.
Anyway,
as well, but he's doing his reps, and like his like the rest of his team is like surrounding him, and they're like judging him hard, like that's some of them are cheering him on. Others are like, that one was no good.
Like a Roe versus Boz scenario?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And everyone's around him saying
they were like, that one wasn't any good. That one wasn't any good. So like he hits one and he like takes a step and then drops it like and doesn't bring his feet together. So I hit him with a no rep like, and he looks at me and he's like, what was that all about? I was like, you didn't bring your feet back together. And it was exactly what you said. We're like, everything was done, but
you did all the work, but
the last little bit, and I was like, and the one before that was way worse. Yeah, that's not a job I want.
Well, in order for it to be a job, you'd have to be paid, and they don't pay judges. So
that's a good point.
It would just be a position you wouldn't want.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hey, what time is it?
I got your phone, 12:54.
I think we can call the video quits for now.
There you go.
It's Alexis. It's a good video, or a good picture, right?
I watched a little bit of Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai never died.
That's right. Is it part of the day in the life of Scott?
No.
Because you're not working out for 10 hours anymore. You're watching Cobra Kai and Malibu's Most Wanted.
Malibu's Most Wanted, yeah. That's my Friday night.
I think what I meant to say.
It's quiet! Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Some people dream of success, while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. No, what are you waiting for?